is time. It is time to brew your best beer.
The 2016 SJPorrchallenge is dedicated to your friend and ours, Paul Wickstein. Brought to you by Brewcraft USA, iMake, Gladfield Malting, Yakima Valley Hops, The Grain Bill, Brewers Exchange, Keg Kingdom Homebrew Supply, Hiraki Homebrew, and a special thanks to our silver sponsors.
All right, last beer review for the U.S. Finals, SJPorrchallenge 2016, and I have today the Summer Amber IPA, ID 36 Tango 96 Papa 89 Yankee. Nice label. All right, let me make sure that camera is running, and it is okay. So let's get it cracking. Last one. It's kind of sad. All right. A little bit of an IPA aroma coming off of there. Let's see. Nice, clear looking through the pour. Gentle pour. I do believe it was filled with a bottle. Maybe not. There's some sediment on the bottom, so we'll just leave it there. All right, that is a nice dark copper IPA. It's kind of pretty. It's got half a finger head. Maybe a finger head. Yeah, full finger there. All right. Well, that's promising. I didn't check the ABV on this, but let's take a look here. Yeah, 4.5. A couple of you guys went right on the limit there. Nice cap. Okay. So, as IPAs kind of hang around for a while, and I'm sure this was brewed, early or late spring rather. Late spring? I don't know. February, April, March here, March, April time frame, I would imagine. And it is now almost the end of November. If this hadn't been brewed again, I suspect that some of this has faded. Some of that hop aroma has faded because I'm not getting a lot of it now. I'm getting more of the malty caramel backbone, which I'm sure wasn't as predominant when this beer was first produced. Unfortunately, we have to grade it as it is now, and that's the risk of playing an IPA in this challenge. Unless you plan on brewing it every time and keeping it fresh. So, it's a beautiful beer. It's got good legs. That is still standing there. The head did dissipate to a thin veil, but sometimes IPAs that just don't hang around, and this is, after all, only 4.5%, so yeah, I'm sticking with that. A very faint amount of hop aroma there. And if I was to say it's anything, I get a little bit of pine and a little bit of tropical fruit. But mostly the caramel is drowning that out. Okay, so let's go in for the taste. So, excuse me, it's a little highly carbonated initially. I get caramel, not a lot of bitterness on the back. In fact, the Bitch Session IPA was more bitter and hoppier than this. I want to say Bitch Session Pale Ale. My apologies. That one had more hop presence and more hop bitterness than this does. This has a little more caramel sweetness to it. Has a heavier mouthfeel. Does feel like a bigger beer than what it is. I'm going to let that warm up and calm down a little bit. It's just a little overcarbonated for me to get a good read on it. Hey, I'm back. And let that warm up a little bit. And the aroma's pretty much the same. Haven't been able to get anything more off of that. You know, the typical smells that you get from, you know, Cascade and Citra and the Seas. But it's so faint right now. It's I'm sure when it was produced that hop aroma was up here and that caramel profile was here. Now it's kind of gone this way, I think. I can only imagine, because it's been so, you know, that it was brewed so long ago. And that, no fault of the brewer, it's just, it's what happens to IPAs. I mean, it's what happens to all my IPAs. If they hang around too long, they turn into this, which is still a great beer. The nice thing about it is there's not a lot of bitterness on the back, so it's really kind of, at this point, it's just a caramel-rich pale ale. It's decently sweet. The mouthfeel does finish a little dry, but it's 4.5%. I just wish I could have gotten this beer when it was brand new, because I'm sure it would have been more to style, I guess. But I can't find any flaws in the beer. It's very, very clean, well processed. Well, you know, there are no phenolics, no metallic flavors or any kind of weird things going on in the you know, the base beer. It's hard to judge this one because I'm torn, because I want to judge it on what I thought it should have been, but I can't because I don't know what it was. I mean, I honestly don't know. And the fact that there's no bitterness here is an indication that the mild bitterness might have been pretty mild, because that typically doesn't fail. It's usually the aroma that fails over time. This is going to be a tough one to grade. I feel bad. Great beer though. Even as it stands, very drinkable. Very good beer. I want to continue to drink this beer and enjoy it. In fact, I would pour another one. Yeah, I wish I could have had it fresh. And really, the 2 weeks that I've had these beers, it wasn't going to change much, honestly. So, unfortunately, I think that's just what I got. Other than that, this is it. This is it. I'm anxious to see the winners of the semifinals go on to World, and you know, the fact that I got to at least try one of those, or all three of the beers that are going to move forward, I should say. And then I can watch these reviews abroad. I can appreciate what they're, you know, getting on the beer, because I too would have reviewed them, at least these three, in the US. So, cheers to the hubs. Cheers to the semifinal hub. Cheers to all the people that were able to put this together, even the forefront, the background, you know, all the contributors, all the sponsors. Thank you for being there for us to be able to do this. It's been an honor, and this is my second time around, and I hope to do more. Thank you, and cheers.